Alright, so we'll go ahead and start it since we've got a local video going. So today we got a new joystick. You can see it right here. Go up a little bit. So this is from Taiwanese custom stick maker AshHuang. So AshHuang was kind enough to help make this joystick for me. I received it in the mail today. And going to be doing kind of a little review slash, look at it. One thing that I'm really interested in doing actually is I'm going to try to open this thing and actually see about changing out the joystick. I have another joystick that I want to try. It's a Seimitsu. But this is actually a Sanwa joystick built in. And on the right we have Gamerfinger buttons. These are the newest Gen 3 Gamerfinger buttons. We've got some other interesting features on this stick. First of all, I don't really know what this is for, but this is the left side of the joystick. You can see there's this hole right here. And I'll be honest, I don't know what it's for. What else? So front of the joystick, we do have a audio port. So this is for plugging in, like a custom headphones or something like that. Yeah, so you can plug in your headphones and use them on PlayStation 4, chat with your friends. And then finally on the right side of the joystick, we've got a couple of other mysteries. We've got some standard kind of start and select buttons. We also have this kind of hard to press button, and I have no idea what this button does. Finally, back of the joystick. So back of the joystick, we're going to find the standard, start, select, share. Probably one of these is the PlayStation button. And then finally, this is pretty interesting. I was confused by this at first, but this is actually a port where we can open it up, and it's magnetic. So let's see, the magnet I think is on the bottom. So that's why you have this little finger port to flick it open like that, okay? And so you can see the magnet right here. So this is the magnet that kind of keeps it closed. And the cord will come out just like this. So there we go, nice long cord. And try to see how it's, kind of has that opening right there so the cord can come through easily. We'll open it, kind of snaps up nicely, and yeah, you can kind of see if I can get a close up here on the inside of it. But yeah, it just goes to the back and then goes inside the joystick. The rest is just an opening for the cord to fit. So you can close it like that and then have the cord just running out. Of course, you've got a standard USB here for PlayStation 4 or PC. So let's see, what else? Next up, we're going to start opening it because I want to take a look at how it's wired. And like I said, I'm also going to look at actually potentially replacing the joystick with a Seimitsu lever I have that I really want to try. One more thing I do want to point out is that if you haven't seen the Gamerfinger buttons before, they're really, really silent. So normally these will be picking up quite a lot of audio on the screen. They're very clicky. Here's a standard button just so you can hear the difference. See, like gunfire, right? These though, very muted sounds. So very difficult for an opponent to hear if they're sitting right next to you. So cool. I'm going to do a couple of things. First, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the cord back up. And see if I can get it back into the stick here. So we're just going to wrap it up. Okay. Hopefully I can get it all back in here pretty easily. Ooh, that's a pretty tight fit. Okay, I might have to kind of twist it a little more carefully. Okay, let's try again. It is a pretty actually generous large spacing here to fit the cord. But it does have to be forced in a little bit. You may want to look into, okay, there it goes. Yeah, it is quite a wide port actually. Okay, so you can see I got it kind of all the way back in there. Fits quite nicely. And then we'll just pop the magnet shut. So next step is, of course, we're gonna actually open it, take a look at it and stuff. So on the top here, we'll take a look. On the top, there are actually 8 screws, just regular Phillips screws. So you can see on the diagonal corners right there, each one has a screw that covers up the plexi. And I just asked the creator of this joystick. The creator actually informed me that you cannot open it from the back. So on the back, you can see there's kind of this black matte material, which is designed to just be comfortable in your lap. And it does feel very comfortable in the lap. But there are no screw holes back here, so it's actually designed to be open from the front, from over here. So we're just gonna take a regular Phillips screwdriver, which I have right here, and we're gonna take the top 8 screws out. And I don't want to strip these screws, so I want to make sure I have plenty of torque. Comes off quite easily. And there is a plexiglass top on this joystick as well. It's one thing I always want to be wary of because plexi can crack and things like that if you're not careful. So I want to be quite careful when unscrewing and screwing in these screws. I'm also going to take a peek and see how my battery life is on my camera here. Okay, may run out of battery halfway, but I'm charging some extra batteries up if I need to get back up and going in the middle of the stream. Okay, screw number 4. And then just 4 more on the other side here on the right side. One more. And that's it. Okay. So I could tell the top panel just got a little bit loose. So you can see all the screws are off, and we're just gonna slowly take it off and kind of see what happens. Okay. So removable panel here. I want to do it slowly and carefully. But yeah, you can see it just lifts right off like this, nice and easily. You can see my reflection actually in the mirror. And if we take a look on the other side, we're going to see quite a plethora of wiring here. So you can see everything's just kind of directly wired, and there's actually a harness that connects the joystick buttons, etc., all to the PCB. And then here's what I'll do. Let's see. I think I can actually take off these connectors here to make things easier to work with inside the joystick. So there are, it's like 2 connectors, one for the joystick and one for the buttons. So I'm going to take a look apart here and then I'll show you each one. So there's one connector for the Sanwa joystick. Okay, there's that one. There's one connector for all the buttons. Okay, and there's that one. Alright, interesting. So now you can kind of see here is the connector that they use to kind of easily quickly disconnect the buttons. And so the panel's just completely off, just like that. put that to the side for now. Oh, one more thing I do want to show is on the back here. These are actually the screw-in type of Gamerfinger buttons. I guess they're actually out of stock on the snap-ins right now. Also, the screw-ins.
It's nice to be right.
The screw-ins will also work quite well for the plexi because it prevents the plexi from cracking. With the snap-ins, you do have to worry about that a little bit more. But yeah, you can see just the standard mounting structure for the Sanwa here. There are actually some spacers on the side to help space it out a little bit and make it the correct height. And yeah, so we'll put that to the side. Take a look inside the joystick itself. So this is what we're looking at on the inside. As you can see, there's kind of the what we presume are the start, select, you know, maybe the PlayStation button up here. Now, kind of down here, there is a Brook PCB. So this is the Brook PS4 plus audio PCB. And that kind of has quick disconnects that go to everything else. Of course, there is the box for the cord, which is wrapped up in there right now. And then these other buttons over here to the side. I'm still curious as to what this kind of... Oh, this might be audio related. This kind of button right here. I think it's audio related, but I can't tell. Just looking at how it's wired. So we'll put this back here. Okay, but yeah, that's kind of what the whole inside of the stick looks like. And I'm going to look at how difficult it would be to do what I want to do. So, like I said, I'm thinking about trying out a Seimitsu button, or rather a Seimitsu joystick. So this is just a standard JLF, and it's got the standard kind of wiring method. Another thing worth pointing out, I noticed it now holding this panel. This panel is actually quite heavy by itself. So just holding the panel with one hand, it is a bit heavy. It has a lot of weight to it. And this is a small joystick. So the total profile is slightly smaller than like a TE2 or Jason's Customs or other kind of third-party stick like that. So I'm actually going to go to the other room real quick. I'm going to grab the joystick that I'm wanting to install, and we're going to take a look together at the logistics and see how hard that would be to do right now. Okay, so this is a joystick that I'm thinking about trying out. This is a universal mounting plate. I'm actually going to take this off and put the other mounting plate back on. This mounting plate should fit quite easily into this standard size here from what I can see. Yeah, but it is, one thing to note is that it is a nut and bolt mounting method. So I'll have to, you know, kind of use some, I'll have to see if I have the right nut screwdriver to easily undo that. I think I do though. Another thing worth mentioning is that this Seimitsu joystick does have kind of the old school method here, so it's just regular switches that I would have to adjust the wiring a little bit, and I wouldn't be able to use the easy wiring harness. So I might actually do this later. So just put that back for now. That may be a project for the weekend. I'm probably just going to try it with the JLF at first. So putting it back together should be pretty straightforward. So again, base of the joystick and the separate top panel of the joystick, it just comes off really easily with the 8 screws. And we're going to connect these two wiring ports back together. So first there is this one. This is going to go into the Sanwa lever itself. So this is just going to snap in really simply. And it looks like it's going to be this way. Is it? Opposite? Okay, yeah, that way it's going to be face down, so it'll go in like that. And we'll just make sure it snaps in. Okay, there we go. And then of course, there's one more harness right here. Again, this is for the buttons, kind of separate from the joystick. And so this is going to connect like so. Okay, so that'll just be snapped in like that. Now I should be able to simply carefully arrange the panel back to the front. And just have to readjust the screws now, so that'll be the last thing I do. One thing, it's really subtle, but there's kind of this white-black design on the front of the joystick. You can see it if I move it around like that, yeah. So you can tell by this joystick that there is actually a custom artwork here. I went for a really clean look. I don't like having a lot of bling or nicknames or anything like that on joysticks. I like it to just have a regular clean look. So this is just a print to make it look a little bit nicer under the plexi. So again, we've just got the 8 screws that are going to go into the plexi, and we're just going to screw this back together. And I'm going to take extra caution since I know plexi can crack if you're not careful. And I'm going to kind of try to do 2 to the right, 2 to the left. And one more on the left side first. The screw does not want to go in evenly. I'm just going to loosen everything a little bit and slightly readjust just to make sure I don't crack the plexi. It's my biggest fear as an overly OCD individual. Okay, now it goes in nice and easy. Okay, and now able to properly get that one tightened. And we're just gonna take it slow here. And 2 more to go. One more here on the right. Then 1 more here on the left. Okay. I did slightly strip that last screw, putting it in a little bit too carelessly, but not a big deal. This is a standard screw size, easy to acquire anywhere, and I didn't really strip it that bad. So I'm just going to do One last go over, make sure everything is tightened while not being overly tightened. Okay, that feels pretty good now. So again, this is the completely assembled joystick from Custom Stick Maker in Taiwan. His name is AshHuang on Twitter. It's AshHuang. Be sure to check him out. The order page is only in Chinese, but he was very kind in speaking English to me over line chat. No guarantee that he'll do the same. I'm not sure how interested he is in doing international orders, but he was willing to ship this to Singapore, where I'm located. Yeah, finally, like I said, overall, the top panel is quite heavy, and this is a metal case, so it does really feel quite sturdy, quite industrial, and it feels quite heavy in the lap. So overall, seems like a good tournament caliber-worthy joystick. I'm excited to use it and try it out more. This stick maker does actually have a lighter version of the stick as well, so if you prefer a lighter, easier to carry stick, he does make, it's a slight premium, but he makes an aluminum case as well. So another thing worth looking into / investigating if you're looking for a lighter option. But I love the look and feel of it. Very clean looking stick, can't wait to try it out. So I'm actually probably going to do so pretty soon.